Yo, what's happening? Trump heading to Chicago. Let's check it out.
The second time that President Donald Trump has put Chicago in his National Guard crosshairs. Now, city leaders are trying to assess just how serious he is and how they will respond if he follows through with this latest threat. President Donald Trump at the White House today praising the National Guard for, he says, helping make D.C. a safer place. He then turned his attention to Chicago.
We're going to make our country very safe. We're going to make our cities very, very safe. Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent. And we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this. And it won't even be tough.
The mayor's office responding in a statement saying the National Guard could inflame tensions between residents and police, adding, certainly, we have grave concerns about the impact of any unlawful deployment of National Guard troops.
Okay, so now you're concerned, Mr. Mohawk Johnson. You're so concerned about the Trump sending the National Guards, the troops to your city when you've been in office for what, almost a year, and you ain't done nothing yet, other than raising property taxes for the citizens. You've been giving aid and assistance for the immigrants and stuff like that, and you steady trying to push this agenda. We don't know. You know, Brandon Johnson is getting paid over $200,000 a year for this position, and he has like 50 aldermen. So, but and he not only that, there's so many aldermen in the state where he is, they can't even find the funding to fix the school. Chicago don't even own these streets, man. They're in such a big deficit. Chicago is broke, thanks to him, Mohawk Johnson. And Trump is sitting back looking at him, but they're demanding so much money from the federal government to get all this aid for putting money in their pockets, raising taxes, and pushing out people that had inherited homes and stuff. They can't keep them because they're raising the property taxes. But he's bringing in immigrants over to take over the whole city. This guy's he's running Chicago in the ground, and they in billions of dollars in deficit, and instead of begging for aid, for funding to the city. And now they like the federal government like, nah, we ain't going for that. So I don't know what you talking about. You ain't getting no more money, because what you're doing is really just you're making it worse for the community, man. The crime rate is high. You remove shot spotters, all this stuff, and there's people having countless meetings for you to get your mind right, man. Because you really, we see you on we see you, Brandon Johnson. We see you, man. But you're doing your bidding. You know, you're all about that dollar. You in there getting new office equipment and stuff like that, new furniture. Your wife helping you do things in the. We be seen. And those who really up on you know what you about, and you really no different than usually like a 10 times Tiffany Henry in Dalton. But these leaders, these who they put in the office, because they look like us, nothing but a DEI hire, a third grade teacher that's trying to run the city as mayor and have your whole city in shambles. This is a shame, man. But he gonna get what's coming to him, though. Trump gonna make you bow down.
To the city of Chicago, the problem with the president's approach is that it is uncoordinated, uncalled for, and unsound. Other city leaders also put.
And you are delusional. Trump coming in there because he's tired of seeing the people. Crime rate is still going up. People getting tired of losing there's so many people that's losing their family, man. They getting shot in the streets. They getting carjacked. You seen how they did DC. DC was a wild, wild west. He come through there. There hasn't been no crime reported in almost 10. Matter of fact, it's 10 days now. It was 9 yesterday. So it's 10 today. So over a week, almost about 2 weeks now, Trump has really making a difference. They ain't gonna say that, but now they out here in the streets protesting for crime. Y'all gotta get y'all mind right, really though, man. Y'all some sick motherfuckers though, for real, for real. How y'all gonna protest against something that's really in y'all best interest? This man is trying to help y'all clean up the streets, save y'all family, y'all kids, your all your loved ones. You getting carjacked. You can't go to the park. You can't even walk the streets of DC. And in this case, we're talking about Chicago too, because that's where he's going to end up. And there's other 19 cities that he's going to be coming up to too. So these other cities, and he's not going to really make any announcement. He's just going to start deploying the National Guard all over the place. But what's really mind-boggling to me, and I'm gonna get back to the video, but why are these people out here protesting for what he's saying? What more do you want from this guy, man? A lot of y'all, if he wasn't out in the field trying to get the streets right, oh, he don't care, he ain't doing nothing. He want the black people to die. That's what some of you stupid motherfuckers will say. And now he out there making a difference and trying to clean up the streets. Y'all, oh, he just trying to get all the black people off the streets. Y'all just find any stupid reason, all this asinine things to talk about when really this man is really in here. And we all know Trump is not a politician. Let's get that understood. Trump is a straight businessman. And we seen him get that confused. But y'all can continue to sit here and bitch and cry, protest, march over the stupidest things. And y'all, and notice the people that's out here in the streets, if you notice, these people are liberal, definitely Democrat, because they in blue cities who we trying to clean up. These people are just delusional, man. You got people that's in the alphabet community out there, straight way leftist, and they just protesting for the stupidest thing. But yet, no, when they go to a funeral dressed in all black because they love Pookie and goddamn Ray and got shot, then it's his fault. Man, y'all crazy, man. I don't know what to say about that, man. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. But let's get back to the video.
Pushing back.
You know, his actions that he's proposing are both unnecessary and illegal. Unnecessary because crime is trending down in Chicago. Not that we don't have more work to do, we do, but also illegal.
Crime data from Chicago police shows year-to-date overall crime is down 13%, violent crime is down 23%, and property crime is down 11%.
Y'all see how they try to juice these, beef these percentages up, trying to make that crime is down? And the media is good for this. The media will take these percentages and these crime stuff and they will manipulate it to where they're doing just fine. But how can they, when they got murders and violent crimes every other week, hell, every other day? You hear somebody's gotten shot in broad daylight. Pookie got his brains blew out in the middle of the streets, carjacking and going on. You hear this every other day from Chicago, other than Washington, D.C. You're hearing all these reports, but now they're coming up. Now they see Trump deploying the National Guard, and now they got these numbers trying to beef it up. Everything seemed to be down. After this video, I'm gonna pull up some stats and see. And I know they're gonna throw some bullshit out there. You go to Google and look at this stuff up. They know Trump is on the way, and they try to try to fluctuate it because it's in black and white. These people are stupid, man.
Percent. Still, one conservative group, Chicago Flips
Danny,
Red,
what's up,
is
Danny?
supporting the president's tough talk.
Shut up.
I think it would deter people from committing a crime. We already see the numbers that has gone down in Washington, D.C. already. Within the last 7 days in Washington, D.C., there hasn't been no homicides. So we know that it does work.
President Trump actually making reference to that group in his comments at the White House today. The mayor's office made it clear that while there are many things that the federal government can do to help reduce crime,
that it does
Ladies
work.
and gentlemen,
President Trump.
oh, let me back it up just a little more. This is the reason why Chicago flipped red, because of Danny Walters. This woman, the truth. She been speaking this stuff last year. I saw her on the podcast one day, and she was speaking. She was tearing Mohawk Johnson a new frame, boy. She was just getting into him. I like her, because she really knows, because she's out there in the trenches. She's helping Chicago flip bread, and you got to respect people like this here, because they ain't shutting up. They coming out here in these streets, and they trying to make noise and bring awareness to their city, because a lot of people in their city, they're moving out of their homes because they can't afford the property taxes. The schooling need funding, which is Brandon Johnson is really running the state, the city in the ground. Eventually, Chicago ain't had no schools for the kids to go to in a minute, because they steady fattening their pockets and they ain't doing nothing for the community. And these people are beating down the city hall doors just to trying to get this man right. But he won't budge for nothing. This man ain't been every shooting and the crime that's been going on in Chicago. This man, they don't give a damn about these people, man. It's an unfortunate situation these people going through. I really hope they get him up out the chair.
So we know that it does work.
President Trump actually making reference to that group in his comments at the White House today. The mayor's office made it clear that while there are many things that the federal government can do to help reduce crime and violence in Chicago, sending in the National Guard is not one of them.
And that's what we have for the news, Chicago.
And after we do this, we'll go to another location and we'll make it safe also. We're going to make our country very safe.
I want to go to I'm going to pull up this statistic. I Googled this for Chicago rate. Let me see. Yeah. So it says here in Chicago, I looked up the crime in Chicago of 2025, and it reads here, states, the crime statistics of a full year 2025 are not yet available, but data from mid-August 2025 shows a decrease in homicides. They're saying it's a decrease in homicides now, compared to the same period in 2024. The violent crime rate in Chicago remains higher than the normal average, with safe and sound security reporting at a rate of 5.38 per 1,000 residents. That seems like that's a pretty good bit. So a recent report indicates a 24% decrease in gun violence victims compared to the previous year. So this is during the Biden administration. So this year has been lower than it was last year. So they say, so they claim. So we all know how they're gonna beef this up now. So I'm gonna move down here to the homicide trends. We're gonna go the homicide trends as of mid-August 2025. Chicago had recorded 246 homicides or 254 homicides, depending on the reporting date. That's in 1 month. That's this month. Chicago has recorded 246 homicides or 254 homicides, depending on the reporting date. That's still a lot for 1 month. That's almost 300 homicides, and they talking about it's down. Man, please. This represents a decrease in the homicides compared to the same point in 2024, with a reduction of 110 fewer victims reported. That's the homicide trends. So now I'm gonna go down here to the violent crime overview. The violent crime rate in Chicago is significantly higher than the national average at approximately 5.38 per 1,000 residents. The FBI crime statistics highlight a higher prevalence of murders, shootings, and aggravated assaults compared to other large cities. They're saying it right here that it's high. So which one is it? Are you down or you up? But if you got you got over 250 homicides in 1 month, imagine how much that is during the year. Man, gun violence data in a 12-month leading up to the mid-August 2025, Chicago reported 2,140 gun violent victims. Those are just victims. The number reflects a 24% decrease from the prior year and a 40% decrease from the average recorded between 2020 and 2024. So in 4 years, from 2020 to 2024, it's been a what was it, 20? The number reflects 24% decrease, but it's a 40% decrease from the average recording between. So 40% they saying. But if you got over 300, almost 300 bodies in 1 month, that doesn't say it's a lot. It still doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, regardless, you know, either here or there or something like that. It just goes to show, man, these people are just putting in position because they're all about money. They really don't care about, you know, the people in the city. They're all about, it's just for greed, man. These people are all about greed. They don't give a damn about how they live it, as long as they just aligning with themselves and with other people and higher power. They're just by the bag. They're just by the bag. It's an unfortunate situation to see these people go through this stuff, man. You know, we're grateful to have a president like Trump to come in and try to clean this mess up, because we need people, a president like this. Last year, you wouldn't have seen Biden nowhere or no one in the administration who's really thinking about the people. So Trump said it himself. He got most of the African American votes this year that put him in the office. So he's trying to return the favor, man. He's keeping his promise. And he did more in 6 to 7 months than Biden did in 4 years. He out here stomping the streets, deploying the military, National Guard, I should say, and try to just straighten these streets up. But yeah, nobody don't see that. They always find some bullshit excuse to say why he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that. But nevertheless, man, so what y'all think? Y'all leave a comment down below. Does Trump need to go all over, do a tour in the nation, cleaning up these streets, doing the big sweep? Because that's what we really need, because all these people, these liberals out here stomping around, running around in these streets, protesting and making a big ass out themselves, trying to be seen on TV. They're really not doing nothing, because they're really just, you know, just walking y'all into your own demise. So y'all wake up out there, man, and y'all really realize, you know what I'm saying, who's really for you and see who's against you. Because from what I see, Trump is for us. Anyway, so y'all get in the comments and let me know, man. Is Trump doing the right thing, or y'all just thinking that he just out here trying to arrest black people? See y'all next video.